Oh, hello, economics class. Welcome to class. I'm not there, but I'm here. Sort of weird. Anyway, for this class, a couple of things, and you'll notice in the Gmail that I sent you that I want you to do a couple of things. The first one is to provide me with an outline for your major paper. And there's a number of things that I want you to do, which I've included in text form. But the first one is, what is sort of the big problem you're dealing with? And maybe you just want to identify the economic problem. How am I going to solve the economic problem? So you're going to create a Google document, and that's going to be your major problem, okay? How do I solve the economic problem? And maybe outline what the economic problem is. So that's number one. Number two is, what are your research questions? What are the underpinning questions that you seek to answer in this particular study that you're doing, in the major paper that you're doing? Number three is the methodology. How are you going to go about answering the question, the economic problem? Fourthly, what sources do you think you might use? And you might want to do some digging. Maybe you're going to use Our Common Future. You're going to look at Marx, Keynes, Malthus, and some other ones that you might find. And then finally, what do you think your working thesis might be? And this might change. This might change over time. What is your thesis going to be? So 5 things. What's the problem? What are your research questions, those small questions that you want to identify? How are you going to go about answering the question for the major paper? What sources are you going to use? And finally, what's a potential thesis? So your thesis should be an answer to how do we solve the economic problem. Your answer to that will be the thesis, okay? And if you could put that in a Google document and share that with me, then I'll be able to sort of give you some advice and some tips, as that's what I'm paid to do, but also have that discussion with you, because now's a good time to start thinking about that major paper. And remember, it has to be about 6 pages long, and it's it's going to be the last paper you write in grade 12, arguably, and I hope you really take it seriously, because I think it applies to real life. At least I hope it does. The second part that you're going to do today, once you finish that, and that may take you the whole class, but you're going to work on it for the next couple days, is you're going to start creating an ebook, and we're going to publish it, because I think it's important that we start teaching Canadians about economic literacy and ecological literacy. And you're going to create an ebook, something like Economics for the Canadian Dummy, or something like that. And we're going to take a look at macro in this case. And what should Canadians know about economics? First of all, what is economics? But then, okay, what's GDP? What are national accounts? What's inflation? What's unemployment? And you're going to create an ebook. And I've sent you a link to a video using InDesign, Adobe InDesign, which I think might be kind of cool for some of you to use. And in pairs, get into pairs. I don't care who you work with, but get into pairs and start creating sort of this sort of manuscript that you're going to create, this living, breathing document on what Canadians should know in order to understand economics, because I don't think Canadians do. Okay, I'm going to be away at the Teachers Institute for Parliamentary Democracy, but please feel free to email me. I will have access to email, and with any questions that you might have about the major paper or about this ebook assignment that I've given you. Okay, and we'll talk more about the ebook assignment when I come back. But for that assignment, if you can get with your partner and start identifying, okay, what should people know about Canadian economics at the macro level? Okay, and that'll be sort of our big project for macro. Okay, good luck, and enjoy the long weekend.